started in 2000. Some would say way too early. I was a banker before that, so besides the one person there, you might also add me. I'm an ex-banker, so I was in the bank for 4.5 years. After that, 2001, we started Muncha.com. I'm not an IT student. I have an MBA degree. So we have a shop called Muncha House, which is very, very old. It's maybe 80 years old now. So for us, starting Muncha.com was more like a continuation of what our family has always been doing. One thing about starting a business is that I would advise everyone to, just go for it. A lot of times there's like research, all of these things. Should I do it? Should I not do it? All of these questions are answered. So once you do it, then the other opportunities, the business linkages start coming up. So when we started Muncha.com 18 years back, we did not visualize what it was going to be, how it was going to morph into. And the site we have now, the services we have now are very different from what we visualized 18 years back. And Suruma Gordakiri actually local Suru Garne bhanera that was the plan. And when we started itself, we did not do that because hardly any people had internet in Nepal. And we were running on 33.6 kbps bandwidth through the phone. Most people did not even know what internet was, and forget about e-commerce. And the speed was really, really slow. But then for us at that time, it was very fast. Comparatively, it was very fast. But so when we started itself, we changed the business to only cater to people outside Nepal. So it became a gift site. Even before the service started, it went from a local shopping site to a gift site. And business was obviously very slow. We probably had one order every 2-3 days. We didn't have a whole lot to do, but we were a small operation. I just had one other person working with me. But over the years, we did a lot of things. We've started a lot of things. We've closed a lot of things. In 2002, we started an online photo site, sort of like a Kodak gallery. Now people will not be able to visualize why you even need a photo site. But before, the concept was you would share, you would put up your photos online, and you could order photos online, which would be printed and delivered to you. Sort of like, so offline, online combination of both of that. Now everyone has a camera, everyone takes pictures, but hardly anyone prints pictures at all. Right? So, and our service closed down 3 years after that. So that was one thing we closed down. We also had a phone service thing, which people outside would buy minutes to call. We shut that down in 1 year's time. In 2004, we started an online remittance company. So sending money transfer from the US to Nepal. We still have that. So after 14 years, we're still running that. That's a big part of our business now. We're trying to expand into other countries as well, but money transfer being a very highly regulated business, you have to look at each country, you have to approach in a different way. But over the time, we actually also started a song downloading site, a video downloading site. We also had a book downloading site. We started a sort of like a Kindle service, which we've all shut down. So those are not existent anymore. But in 2010, we also started iPay. It was a payment gateway. In a way, we started all of these businesses because when we started Muncha.com in 2000, there were no what we would call a vertical integrated services that would support e-commerce in Nepal. So iPay was actually started to support the payment services of Muncha.com. So at that time, we'd already ventured into local shopping, but then the payment part was not there. We didn't have branches outside, and doing cash on delivery everywhere without people was practically impossible. So we thought we had to start a payment gateway. So iPay came into being, but it was purely to support Muncha.com and the song downloading parts and things like that. But once we started it, after 1 or 2 years, iPay morphed into a totally different beast of its own. In a way, because payment itself is a big business, and it had a big future then. Even now, payment is still a very small part of, online payments is still a very small part of Nepal, but it's a big growing business, and it's in 2 or 3 years, I think it's going to, the shape of things will be a lot different than it is now. But because of that, we spun off iPay as a different entity, and then made business plans of its own, and it's a viable part of our business even now. So along these lines, we also started an advertisement platform called iAds. This is still it's like iPay, we started iAds in a way to support our advertisement needs. Because digital, how we look at it is, advertisement or payment is always there, right? In the physical part of it, there's always there. But for the digital world or the e-commerce world, the requirements are totally different. And most people, when we go to talk to our potential customers, they don't understand how to go about it or why they should integrate it into their services and all that. So, and obviously these services are not there, so we had to start with it in a way just to support our other needs. So even iAds and iPay came about like that. So, and over time we also got into partnerships with different companies. Like we had partnership with Boost.com, which is an online gaming site to play marriages online. We had a news aggregation site called Nepal Up Close, and we also got away from that. Mainly because in a way in entrepreneurship, one of the things you also have to think about is you'll always have limited resources. So you should not be doing everything you want to do just because you want to do it. We learned that a hard way. So 6 or 7 different different businesses that we were involved in, we got out of it simply because we wanted to concentrate on the ones that had bigger potential and the ones that we had a core strength in. So we are also involved now with a company called Uno through a partnership. It's a business registration site with a discount card. So these are the 3-4 different organizations that we're involved in. And in a way, how we look at it is, we call this internally, we call this the Muncha.com ecosystem. So sort of like we have money transfer, we have a shopping site. So in order to run this smoothly, we have iPay and iAds to support all of these services. So we are trying to get synergy from all of these operations. That's how we're trying to take it forward. That's pretty much a summary of what we're doing now.